Hey guys, this is Danny Ray, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I made Grim with Max Vangeli. So here we go. So right away for the intro and throughout the entire track, we wanted to make sure that everything was as detailed as possible, even if it was percussions, effects, um, drums, whatever. We wanted to make sure that it was extra special only because it was the second release of the year. And so here's how we made that happen. So right away we have some vocals that we got from Vengeance. Actually, we took them and we did a bunch of shit to them. Originally this one was sounding very different. We processed it with some effect tricks, some other stuff, and then we bounced it down and then reprocessed it again, just because the project was getting really too heavy. I mean, as it is, it's already 93 layers, and before we bounced everything down or other elements down, it was around like 140 or 150, majority of those being effects and stuff like that. So uh, yeah, so here's one, and then we have another one here. Now here's more effects. We used a lot of uplifters on this, just because each one does something different. So for example, in the intro we have this really long one that fades in. It almost feels endless, and our goal for the intro was to sort of achieve like you were going through some sort of portal. And here's one of the elements. Here's more effects and risers and stuff like that. You know, flybys. Drone kicks. Here's another interesting one that we added. It's like a bubble. And then here's the element that makes everything just work. It's these reverse. It almost sounds like you're going through like a tunnel. We have more risers here. We have these toms. Let's see what else. That's about it actually for the intro. So this is probably like the best part of that little tune. So for our drop, we have a total of 6 layers for just the bass line. Each one sits us in its own respective part of the frequency grid. So we have a very low one, a layer to that. We give it the stabbiness with that. So that's how we add our bass. Our lead is very simple, it's only 3 layers. You know, we have some stab with that. We have a very thin one, very thin saw wave, and we layered a thicker one below it just to make it a little bit more full. And here's the end result. And to make everything groove a little bit more so it wouldn't be so repetitive, we added this extra note. Pretty nice little detail there. And I know I get a lot of requests and asked about these stabs. They're actually a synth shot from one of the classic Vengeance libraries, and I'm not I don't oppose sampling. I actually encourage it, with the condition that you put some creative effort into it. So in this case, let me show you what it sounds like without any of the processing. As you can see, it's very dry, it's still a good rough draft of it. And then after the pitching, the overdrive, the bit crusher, the reverb, and the bussing, this is what you get, the end result. To that, to further complement that, we added some other big effects. Reversed, those effects we also actually had to bounce down. Let me see. We wanted to be as cinematic as possible without stepping over the boundary with this track, so I think we achieved that with these little effects. Even here. One thing that I'm really happy about this track is the drums. Percussions, hi-hats, cymbals, crashes, snares, everything. We have a lot of layers of rhythmic percussions. See what else we have here. See what else. And this is what I mean is about being creative with your sampling. This hat here, originally it's a loop from Vengeance. Originally this is what it sounds like. So what I did was I basically just went in there, chopped it up, and made an entirely different loop with that. And with that I made this. So yeah, that's that. We have some good stuff in here. We have more effects. Huge reverb to go into the breakdown. Another thing that's very cool about this track, and I really like, and actually Max did this, is this orchestra bit here. It almost sounds like it's like an action movie almost, and this is like the fight scene that's about to happen, and you're gonna be able to barely hear it, but you know, that adds a little bit of juice to the breakdown. This is like the very backbone of the track, I guess you can say. A lot of people think that we sampled everything, and the reality of it is that we didn't. We actually made like 90% of the entire track using Logic's internal stuff and external plugins. You know, same concept here with the layering. We have 1, 2. Some chords here. Some drums. And let's see what else. Here's a really interesting part. We got a little bit creative with the automation here. As you can see, it almost feels like you're like falling off of a cave and just fading away. Here comes in automated the tremolo. Same thing here. And these are all individually automated. So here's the end result. So once this volume peaks at bar 121 is where everything comes back in. It kind of like slaps you in the face. So one thing that we did a little bit different with the second drop is we introduced some new top layers, which are these. What else do we have? Same thing with the drums. We have a ton of drums. Here's what it sounds like all together. So yeah, man, that's basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, learned something from it, get inspired, take what you saw and make your own sick tracks, make them unique. That's ultimately what's gonna make you stand out, is how unique you sound, how different. And yeah, Max just seems to be hitting me up at the right time. So thanks for watching.